to Mono Rants at the Movies, a podcast where we rant about films you may have seen at house parties. I'm one of your hosts and jack of all trades, Mono, and being sold into marriage to a nerdy alien traveller is my co-host and master of none, Ciara.
Great. Now he gets to sneeze on me for a year.
Yeah, you get to be married.
Fabulous.
You get to be married to Daniel Jackson.
No,
James Spader or Michael Shanks?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. That's right, motherfuckers. We're finally doing Stargate. About damn time.
What, the movie that started the obsession?
Yes, the movie that started the obsession for both of us.
It was so weird because for ages it was like my secret shame because everybody I knew hated this film.
Yeah, do you know who else hates this film?
Planny?
No, Roger Ebert.
Oh, yeah.
But he can fuck off.
In fairness, Roland Emmerich is a very unlikable person.
I don't know him.
But
I don't want him anywhere near the Stargate franchise ever again, to be honest with you. But, thank you very much for this.
Especially after what he did to the second Independence Day.
Well, yeah, that's why they took
Stargate away. They were like, no, you can't have that.
They were like, oh yeah, we'll let you do a sequel to that film you did 30 years ago, because that's what you're doing right now. Wait. Maybe not.
No.
But no.
No.
How about no? But how about yes to finally covering Stargate for our 50th episode?
Yes, not SG-1, although this is the movie that spawned many, many franchises.
Yes,
yeah,
and we will inevitably talk a lot about...
And 2 more films. And a couple of things that are not spoken about, even though they may be considered canon. They're not canon. I don't know.
Origins.
Says they can fuck right off.
Origins can fuck right off.
Yeah.
I take fucking the cartoon, the Saturday morning cartoon as canon before I take Origins.
The one that looked like Extreme Ghostbusters.
The one that had 2 fucking Mayan pyramids, one stuck to the other upside down, flying around space. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Not in this film.
I would like a Wormhole Extreme cartoon, though. I watched the fuck out of
I
that.
want a Wormhole Extreme, TV series. That's how I want them to reboot Stargate.
It's Wormhole Extreme?
Yep.
Only if the DeLuises are involved.
So this isn't boding well for us to talk about the film, considering we've immediately diverged into the show.
No, but this is the movie that, went, here's the seed of an idea. Run with it.
Well, I mean, it's a bit more than that.
But by fuck did they run with it?
Oh, gotcha.
Having the gay and that premise and the masquerading as a god and being all, worship me.
Well, as we go on, we'll probably talk about it, but there's an awful lot of foundation for the series, more so than I realised.
There's a whole lot of shots
here
that get reused in the series.
There's a shitload of shots that get reused,
They got their money's worth out of that.
All the music...
Yeah, in fairness, no, that music is incredible. If you've watched Stargate, you know the opening theme.
But I knew the opening theme was in it, but so much of the music that they use, and because Stargate SG-1,
little stings and things.
Yeah, Stargate SG-1 is known for being a show that uses an incredible amount of music in the background. But so much of it actually comes from the movie. It's slightly reworked and stuff, but I never realised, or I'd forgotten anyway, how much of it does come from it, and it's fantastic music as well.
Yeah, well, I have a whole CD of it that I got with my massive collector's edition box set.
Of SG-1?
It came with a bonus disc of the SG-1 music.
And Atlantis, I think.
No, it's because it has a picture of Atlantis on it because I got it it was a Seconds website, so all the discs have the wrong season picture on them, but the right episodes. And the CD has the picture of Atlantis on it instead.
Enough about our Bockety DVD collection.
I miss Seconds websites. They were
great.
I
I meant the music of this is fantastic. Well, I mean, it's the same music, but it's fantastic. And didn't you say that it was the composer's first film?
Yeah, he was working in a record store or something like that. I think he was known. They knew of him, but he hadn't kind of made any sort of progress within the music industry and was just working a job.
Yeah.
And was approached and was like, hey,
write
music for this.
And he did, and it was fucking awesome. And good work, guy. I didn't bother enough to look up your name, I'm afraid, but thanks for all the awesome music.
Oh, in fairness, even in the opening credit shots in this are where it's going around the mask. That was opening credits for the first 2 seasons.
No, that was opening credits for seasons 3 and 4 or 4 and 5.
But it was
but yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They used the same kind of... I think they reshot it with a different mask or whatever, but it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, and the shitty papyrus font that I will always pick at because papyrus font. Fuck that.
Yes, fuck papyrus font. But shall we go for a summary before we inevitably go straight back into talking about SG-1?
No, I want to actually talk about this movie because I enjoy this movie so fucking much.
Damn straight.
But if you want to do a summary, even though it's Stargate and everyone knows the plot, and if you don't, you should.
Well, that's the whole point of the summary. If you don't, we're about to tell you, and then we're going to tell you why you should watch it and why it's a great movie. And fuck you, Roger Ebert. Nearly 70 years after its discovery in Egypt, the secrets of an ancient artifact are close to being unlocked by a group of scientists and the Air Force. But to finish, they'll need the help of a brilliant but ostracised Egyptologist, Dr. Daniel Jackson. Once the code is cracked, Daniel discovers the artifact is a door to interplanetary travel, and he and a team of Marines led by Colonel O'Neill are being sent to an alien planet. But to get back, they'll need to find a missing address and defeat an ancient alien posing as a god. Aliens. Fucking ancient aliens.
Everyone's hair gets big.
I am aware of the irony, and I think we've possibly discussed it on...
Because I love ripping into those shows.
Yeah, we hate them. That's the...
That is full on proper hate watching, is watching Ancient Aliens and just shouting at
absolutely
it.
Shouting at the screen. Like, just on my own, don't care if anybody can hear me, just I'm going to scream at that screen. And those stupid idiots. You're wrong, you fools. Get fucked, Von Daniken.
But if somebody went, hey, we have a Stargate, I would totally be like, yeah, cool. Can I use it? Yeah. Sweet, let's go. Come on, now, chop.
I am not unaware of the irony of the fact that one of our two favourite shows is basically Ancient Aliens, the TV show.
I know.
Ancient Aliens plus military. But it's fiction, so that's fine. It's not reality. Fucking Von Daniken.
And they also don't diminish the accomplishments of people in Stargate. In fact, they praise it to a certain degree. The Gual will tend to be like, I did this, but then the SG-1 come in and are like, no, these people are slaves. They made this.
In some of the earlier seasons, they get a bit like they're guilty of the noble savage trope quite badly.
And the Baroka divide.
More so the one with Tonane. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, I love Tonane. Hey, Jack.
Yeah, that one. But yeah, no, the show very much does treat the civilizations as responsible for their own accomplishments.
Yeah.
As opposed to
aliens came and did it. No, aliens came and oversaw it.
Yeah, or aliens came and co-opted what was already there, as the case is the girl. We're fucking straight back to SG-1, god damn it.
It's kind of like Christianity.
Absolutely like Christianity.
Sneaking in and co-opting shit. But in this, we haven't got a whole network of gates.
No, it's one gate that connects to another gate on the other side of the universe, as opposed to within the same galaxy.
Yeah, and they have 6 symbols that they found on a cartouche, but the 7th symbol is obscured and they can't work out what they're doing, and they've been just kind of like rotary dialing this thing.
Yeah.
To try and get something to connect to something.
Without fucking Walter.
I'm the Colonel, and I want
to spin.
I want to see it spin.
Yeah,
it's a little bit slow getting going now.
I don't. It's...
Well, they kind of make it... There's a lot of scientists, and you think that they're going to be like... It's going to be this big breakthrough, but it's like literally 2 weeks. And they say it's 2 weeks because Daniel's brain is that big. Well, also he happened... Thank fuck that Marine was reading that newspaper at that exact moment.
Oh, yeah. Inspiration. But, no, I think the pacing for it is pretty damn good, because, like, in the first...
I'm just annoyed because you only got a little bit of Richard Kind.
Yes, you do.
I want more Richard Kind.
More Richard Kind is always good.
Yes.
But in your first couple of minutes, you get the opening shot of the pyramid landing in Egypt 8,000 years ago. The alien spaceship pyramid, that is. And then you get Daniel being laughed at a lecture and recruited by the military, where Catherine plays some really fucking hardball.
Yeah, and they also leave his bags on the pavement.
Yeah, but she's like, you've got nowhere to go, you've got no money, you may as well take the job, you fucking loser.
Yeah.
Basically is her sales pitch.
Pretty much. Also, they get very pally very, very quickly. She's like, here's my family heirloom.
Yeah.
Maybe it will help.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand her fondness for him because she's grown up with it, and he unlocks the secret of it finally.
But also, she's probably, in their community, she's the only one that knows that he's right. But she can't defend him because, military.
Yeah. Secrets.
Because they know it, because they have the big cover stone that's found on the gate.
Yeah, well, that's what he thinks he's translating initially.
Yeah, well, that's what they give him. They show him. They're like, here's this thing, and there's a big cartouche in the middle with these symbols on it, which they're constellations. The symbols correspond to various constellations.
Yeah, there's two tracks of writing. One is like normal hieroglyphics, and the other one is what he says is probably hieratics or cuneiform.
Yeah, but it's the 37 chevrons.
Well, no. Then the 6, there's some of them in that track, and then the 6 has the same writing, but the 6 are the constellations. Yeah. But I was trying to talk about the pacing. You get Daniel's "I'm crap and everybody laughs at me" lecture, and then you get Colonel O'Neill being recruited, and you find out pretty quickly what happened to him. Yeah,
that was dark as fuck. And they were just like, let's just gloss over this.
And then it's Daniel in the facility figuring it out pretty quickly, and it's 20 minutes before you see the Stargate. 30 minutes before they walk through it.
Yeah.
And then I find the next half an hour is all exploring the alien planet, and at pretty much bang on the hour mark, Ra
shows
returns.
up in his hatak.
Yeah, captures more or less all of them. At an hour and a half, they break out, and the last half hour is
explosions.
Yeah, explosions and take down Ra. I think the pacing's fucking excellent.
Yeah, true. I always don't know. I always felt like it kind of. It takes it's a bit like, what's going on? Who? What? Yay! Let's go. Malp. Woo!
We had this with another film, and I can't remember what it was, but I think it's just, we know it so well. It's like, come on, get to the bits that we want. Like, we know he's gonna have a shit lecture. We know O'Neill's
You're
gonna
not
be sad.
Walter. You're not like Donald
You're
Gay.
not fucking Walter. Yeah.
You're not General Hammond. You can piss off.
Although on the shitty...
It's your fault the facility is breached at the start of the very first episode. West's. Because he leaves it unsecured. He's like retiring. So they're playing poker in the gate room.
No, we're not narrating SG-1's Children of the Gods.
Yeah, so like none of them are anybody I care about, so they can all fuck off.
Except for Richard Kind.
Yeah, he can stay and go poop in George Clooney's cat litter box.
Exactly. Look it up.
No, it's okay. We get him later on as Lucian Lovin, so
yeah, well,
I'm happy out with that.
Because there's a few characters who show back up in the shows. Kasuf and and Ciara.
They're the only two actors who go on.
They're the only two actors who reprise their roles. You get Richard Kind shows up in Stargate Atlantis as a different character. French Stewart
is in Stargate Universe.
As a different character, but the character he plays in the movie shows up in the show, but is played by a different actor.
Yeah. There's a different Kowalski.
There's a different Kowalski, yeah. And there's a different... She's Shau'ri in this, but she's Shau'ri in the show.
Yeah.
But the actress who played Shau'ri in the show, Vitera Bandera, auditioned for this
one. And they are very, very... So if you didn't know that they had changed actresses...
I never did for years.
Probably wouldn't have caught that they do look very, very
I always
similar.
thought that it was the three, that it was Kasuf, Shau'ri and Ciara.
Yeah.
That came from movie to show, but no, it's only Kasuf and Ciara.
When Ciara showed up again, I was really happy.
He's one of the best characters in this.
He's also fucking adorable. There's something about him. He's just got that real kind of cheeky chappy look.
Alexis Cruz.
Yeah. He just looks like he can grin at you and get away with anything.
He's just such a lovable character, and that's one of the things that I really, really like about this movie is there's so much, it's alien / ancient Egyptian that's never translated on screen. You don't get
all the conversation that's going on because the whole
you're not
thing
supposed to.
Yeah.
And it's not until Ra in the last 20 minutes or half an hour of the film says something to O'Neill and Jackson that you get the translation. And from then on, whenever anybody says it, because at this point Daniel knows the language and he's conversing back and forth, so you kind of need it.
Yeah, he's managed to pick up a bit. He's a cunning linguist.
But yeah, no, Ciara is just he's so much fun.
Oh, he's so adorable, and he's just he's getting into mischief. And I always forget that he's also his son. Kasuf's son.
Yeah, Kasuf is Shau'ri and Ciara's dad.
He's like the chieftain of
and he's the
tribe,
chieftain of
and he is so dramatic.
That's Eric Avari, who I'd say most people would know from The Mummy. He was
really, really famous for being the 7-Eleven guy in the States.
Yes, and then he was in Encino / California Man.
Yes.
Oh, he's been in loads, but to me, he is always good father. He's always Kasuf.
He's so dramatic. I love it. His big robe thing.
Oh, I mean...
all the gesturing. It's amazing.
The best is obviously Bonnie Wet.
Oh, Bonnie Wet.
When he's given the chocolate bar. But that's the three the three most important alien characters on the good guy's side.
Yeah, the rest are there.
Yeah, you've got Naba, who's his friend, who Ciara seems to be constantly looking after and keeping an eye for.
They all look after Naba.
But Ciara in particular.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're the main tribes people. In terms of the team that goes to the planet,
it's really only Ferretti, Kowalski and O'Neill that you kind of focus on.
Yeah, the rest of them...
They're the only ones I can remember.
The rest of them do get names, but, Freeman, I think, dies.
Freeman's one. The Brown is another one.
Yeah. They're there.
Yeah.
They're there. And it's the same with, Raz. Normally they would be Horus Guard, but in this they actually are supposed to be, Horus and
Anubis.
And it's Djimon Hounsou in, his first role, where he's actually just Djimon.
Yeah, because he was modelling, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So he was just mononyms.
And I don't know, I can't remember who plays the horse.
Ah, who cares?
But I when I watched it for the first time, I always thought that French Stewart's character was taken, and that was who that was, because they do look similar.
They kind of do.
Yeah, with the eye paint and stuff on.
I really like French Stewart as Freddy in this. He's so much fun.
French Stewart to me is from Third Rock from the Sun. Like, he lovable idiot, very squinty. So
yeah, lovable idiot alien sent to Earth, as opposed to kind of smart marine from Earth sent to an alien planet.
Yeah. Being badass and like guns and running around, and who had not what you picture when you say French Stewart. What I picture when you say French Stewart.
He's a little bit.
He's like all wisecracky and stuff in this.
Yeah, he's wisecracky. He's the Bill Paxman. Yeah, because he is the one who's kind of freaking out they're not going to get home. I like the bit when he's trying to explain how difficult it is to just dial a random address and hope to get it right. He's like, "Do you have any idea how many combinations there are?" And one of the guys is like, "No, how many?" And he's like, "Shut up." So not that much smarter than the rest of them, but
no, but
at least understands the gravity of the situation.
He does do good freak out, though. Like, if anybody's going to go off on like that kind of meltdown rant, French Stewart is a good candidate for it. There's a few people who do it really well, like Steve Buscemi does meltdown rant especially well.
And obviously Bill.
Bill does it, yeah.
He doesn't go the full, game over, man. Game over! He's close at points.
Yeah, in fairness, though, O'Neill is very stern and hard-assy, and his gaze... I never want him to glare at me because it freezes the piss in my bowels.
You can see he does warm up to Daniel as the film goes on. Because the first time when they get to the alien planet and realise that Daniel can't get them back.
Oh, he's going to put a knife in his bum and make it hurt.
He's pissed off, but I think it's Kowalski actually pushes him and starts like properly threatening him, and O'Neill gets in the way. And at that point, it's kind of just like, well... Yeah, look, we're all pissed off, but we still need him to get back.
Yeah, we're only in the immediate vicinity.
So let's not kill him.
That was it. They're like, let's go and have a look around. And they get pretty far before Daniel turns around.
But, yeah.
Like, they get pretty far away from the exit of that building before Daniel's like, oh, shit.
He's the most observant and unobservant Egyptologist.
Dude, sand. You've just come out of something that's got a big-ass ramp. That means it's pretty fucking tall. Yeah, look around it.
Yeah, you'd think you're in... You probably assumed you were in at least something resembling an Egyptian temple, if not a pyramid. Why wouldn't you turn around when you walk out and down the ramp?
Number one, looting. There are spoils to be had.
But O'Neill does spend a lot of the time pointing out obvious things to Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel's got like that anthropology.
For the trees, hyper-focus of an anthropologist.
Yeah, just like, like he's got the full clue.
Yeah, like when he sees the
except for when it's important.
He sees the giant Ra symbol and he's like, oh my god, these guys, they're humans that came from Earth, obviously through the Stargate thousands of years ago.
O'Neill points it out.
No, he sees the Ra symbol that they have hung up.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's the symbol of Ra, they must worship him, and that explains they think that we're sent by Ra. And O'Neill's like, yeah, I wonder what might have gave them that idea. And like points at the bracelet he's wearing that has the same
necklace,
symbol.
Yeah.
Or the necklace. But there is so much of later SG-1 Daniel and O'Neill.
Oh, this is the start of many, many tropes. Many tropes.
Well, many Stargate specific tropes.
Yeah.
Daniel dying is one of them.
Daniel dies.
Sure. Daniel gets off with an alien girl.
Yeah, Daniel's like a fucking horn dog. Somebody gave Daniel a gun.
Yeah, Daniel gets a gun.
Who gives an archaeologist a gun?
Daniel and O'Neill disagree over the use of a big bomb.
Daniel storms off without telling anybody where he's going.
Yeah,
or when there's a radio.
Countdown. When there's a countdown.
When there's a countdown. No. He disappears first with Shau'ri to go off, or Shau'ri to go off and look in the tunnels. He doesn't tell anybody where he's going. Ciara has to tell them where he's gone. And then, later on when there's like a timer, and he's like, see, I'll be back in a minute. And it's like, what are you doing? Hello, something. We're going to leave without you.
Yeah, it's atypical show, Daniel.
Yeah, just fucking off and doesn't care.
But even like those bits where O'Neill
This is why they sent him back from being a Sandy, because he cannot stop meddling.
But those bits where O'Neill is pointing out to him the obvious things and the various things that Daniel does that he then repeatedly does in the show, I kind of, again, until this watch, hadn't realised how much of the characters are in the film already. Yeah,
they've just kind of fleshed them out and softened off some edges.
Yeah.
Especially with O'Neill, that he's a lot softer.
Oh yeah, he cracks a lot more gags. Not so much in the first season.
No.
But as the seasons wear on, he's a lot more wisecracky.
Yeah, no, he is still kind of very much the hard ass.
Although, yeah, his only wisecrack in this is, give my regards to King Tut, asshole.
Yeah, no, that was bad.
Yeah.
Like, that's not an O'Neill you could see in, like, what's the looping episode?
Oh, God, no. The window of opportunity.
Window of opportunity.
No, he'd have gone fucking full falling down inside of, like, 3 cycles.
Not fucking playing golf through an open gate.
No. Nope.
Right in the middle of my backswing. This is not that O'Neill. This O'Neill is, like, quite, like, kill happy.
Well, kill himself happy.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, it's a suicide mission, let's go.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how he views
also,
it.
this is another great trope where they don't tell anybody that, you know, they've got a massive bomb with them.
Yes, there is a secret military aspect to the mission that only O'Neill is aware of.
Yeah, which is there's a big ass bomb.
Yeah.
And their whole mission is to go through, ascertain if there's hostiles, and if there are, blow the gate to smithereens.
Yep.
Guess what? There's hostiles.
Yep.
They're sitting on top of the gate. You kind of brought it on them by aggravating them, and now you've caused the death of a whole load of villagers.
I feel like it's just bad timing as well.
Yeah.
They showed up a couple of weeks prior or a couple of weeks later.
Yeah, it's like
okay.
Yeah, well, they seem to know that they're coming because they're like, oh, we have the caravan of shit to go and give him his offerings. This is the time of year that he shows up.
No. If the humans from the Air Force had arrived a couple of weeks prior or a couple of weeks later.
Oh yeah, Rad had gone.
Yeah,
he would have been there. Yeah, they would have been quite happy, like in Abydos and doing their thing.
Oh yeah, the planet is called Abydos. They don't ever mention it in this, but the planet is called
Abydos. Yeah.
But the only character we haven't talked about then is the most excellent.
Oh, Ra. Oh, Ra.
Played by Jay. Is it Jay Davidson?
Jay, yeah. He was only in this in The Crying Game, and my God,
absolutely.
And he really didn't want to be in this.
No, he didn't. Absolutely. I think this is the one thing that everybody knows about this film is he was like, I don't want to be in it, and they were like, please, and he was like, give me $1 million, thinking they'd say no, and they were like, fine. He was like, shit.
And then he had huge arguments with Wardrobe because he wouldn't remove his nipple piercings, which kind of aggravated a lot of the costuming, because a lot of what he wears is corsetry.
Yeah.
And very kind of almost feminine tailored items. Now, I love a man in a corset, Mr. Pearl all the way. But yeah, I can understand how when you've got something that's very constricting, you don't want additional metal pressing in on you. Yeah,
he hated the costume. He hated his own performance initially as well.
Oh yeah, no, he just didn't want to be in this, do this, couldn't get out of it, was trying to get fired. It was kind of like, what's his face, when he was in the Interview with the Vampire.
Oh, Brad Pitt.
Yeah, where he was like, he rang David Geffen and was like, how much will it cost to get me out of this? And Geffen was like, $1 million. And he was like, well, guess I gotta go be hung upside down again so they can trace all the blue veins on my face. Because that's literally how they did that. They would hang them upside down until all the blood rushed to their head and then trace the veins.
Wasn't expecting an Interview with the Vampire tangent.
No, but there you go. Yeah, it was kind of up there with that. Like, he just hated the whole ordeal. But everything to do with it. He's also allergic to cats.
I don't care.
No, Jay Davidson is also allergic to cats.
Oh, just to make the experience worse.
Yeah, they put one on the fucking throne.
But fuck me, he is phenomenal in this.
Oh.
Like, and only in it for, like, only shows up in the last half an hour. You don't get to see him until, like, a minute 30.
No. And the weirdest and creepiest thing about it is the fact that he's always surrounded by children.
Oh, all of it. His performance is particularly creepy as well. It's so, like...
when after Daniel dies, because Daniel always dies,
it's alright, he comes back.
Yeah.
Because he always comes back.
Because sarcophagus. When he's going to find Ra and he's moving through the palace and it's all the veils and he sees him coming out of the bath and being raped. And, like, he knows you're there. He knows you're watching. He likes it. But it's a seduction and it's a dance, and then he sits on the bed and he's having, like you were saying, like even his sandals look like ribbon devices. It's all very ornate as he's being robed.
Yeah.
And even the way he sits, very like femme fatale, tracing his fingers across the bedspread while he's talking to Daniel.
Yeah.
It's all very like, come to me.
His performance
you have to be
is just
Hungarian
amazing. I don't know how
jointed.
I mean, like, I know they put the effect on his voice and they put the flare on his eyes, and he didn't know that was going to be there. And when he saw the final cut, he was really impressed. But even without any of those effects, I still think it's a fucking excellent performance.
Yeah, no, it's really, really alluring.
Yeah.
He himself is just a really interesting individual to look at.
Yeah.
Because he's very androgynous.
Oh, he's stunning. Really stunning.
But it really does have that kind of Tutankhamun Boy King gold mat. Like, he has that kind of face, and you get his initial arrival with the big cape and the headdress on and all the kids, and then when the mask comes off,
that still looks great as well.
Yeah. There's a couple of bits where when the headpieces come down, they can look a bit dodgy, but the actual, because they were working big headpiece things.
Yeah.
Because Patrick Topopoulos.
Patrick Topopoulos.
That's his name. He did that. They're stunning.
But even the CG of them folding back down into
it's very
the costume, it still looks great. What, almost 30 years on, 30 years next year actually.
A lot of it was, because so much of it was in camera practical, all they had to do was be like, just wipe that out.
The only dodgy visuals I can think of is there's 2 shots that are in like outer space above the planet.
Oh, when it all goes boom boom.
That look crap. And you could just take those out and just add an additional shot from the planet showing the boom in space.
I didn't mind the shot where you can see from the rings, where the rings is teleporting up.
Yeah.
Because that was like, because you're like, oh, well, the rings only go into the roof. Where do they go? So you get to see the energy beam.
True.
So that, and you're like, and then, but you could have cut them back to down on the ground and just had the big boom in the sky. And everybody celebrating and not burning garbage raining on them.
But that's one of the only things that looks poor. I think everything else still looks great. Like there's minimal CGI and the cinematography is beautiful.
I kind of wish that the Jaffa soldiers still had those mad claw things, because they took those away from them. Yeah,
they kept the staff weapons, but they
kept the staff weapons and the movable head armor, which I'm really glad they did, because I love that.
Oh yeah,
and it's so intimidating as fuck.
It's so iconic.
It is also intimidating as fuck, because that's the whole bit when they shoot down one of the death gliders and they're like, look, here are your gods.
Yeah.
And they tap him to take the helmet off and they're all like, oh my god, it's a person, because they've never realised it's just another person like them.
Mm.
So I love that for that moment, and that's kind of like the turning point for the villagers, where they're like, oh well, fuck you, buddy.
What? It's just a normal guy in a suit? Well, fuck that. The other visual that I was quite happy with, it still holds up, probably because it's all VFX, is the wormhole travel.
Oh, that's it.
It looks a bit cheesy, but I still love it.
Oh, I love it so much. Because it is the same one that's used then in the show, and they
update it.
They updated a bit, but you've still got like, it's blue, and it becomes this canon thing where it's blue for Milky Way, and then when they get the 8 chevron and they dial into Pegasus, that sequence is longer, but the blue changes to green.
Yeah.
When they cross galaxies, and and it's that whole, we're going into warp speed kind of Star Trek.
Oh well, yeah,
or
there
is a effect.
Yeah, they do actually use that, but then
it's all there, and they can see planets and suns and shit. I love that.
Yeah, no, it is. It's fantastic.
Except for that one time that they root through the sun and make it all dead.
And the gate itself, when it's open, still looks great. You only really see it when they go through at the start.
I always love the fact that they take the time and the effort to have that water lighting effect on everybody. Because it's a rippling surface.
Yeah.
And it is, I always appreciate that. And they also added in the fact that everything shakes to shit when you dial up the gate. Because that's a defining feature of the gate, is that it shakes the fucking place apart.
Yeah. One of the bits that always gets me, though, when they send the probe through and the little icon on their little map of the galaxy starts woo, and
it's auto-tracking itself.
How?
It's not there. There's nothing to track.
You've already
explained. Democularized.
Yeah, you've explained it's been democularized. How could it possibly...
You're currently a stream of particles whooshing across the universe.
How could anything track it? Much less, how could it track itself?
No, because at least they do update, because you have receiving telemetry when they kind of estimate how long they should take to get there in the series, when they send the maps through, and they don't expect to look for anything for like 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah,
they do fix that things. I think
but
a lot of people
kind of an estimation of, we know how far it's going and we know how long the trip will take.
Yeah, whereas this
here's a visual representation of the thing in motion.
Yeah.
This is the thing being live tracked.
I know.
That's some bullshit.
Where did they get the fancy map? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. They also use a GPS when they're on the alien planet, despite the fact that there's no
satellites
in orbit.
Yeah, global positioning satellite.
Yeah, it's in the
name. Clues in the name. Morons.
But they're silly little things.
Also,
it's sci-fi.
He keeps looking at his compass too. Dude, that ain't gonna work either.
Well, it will, but you have to know.
Well, like you don't know what way the polar magnetic fields work on that planet. They barely work here.
The compass will still work. You just won't necessarily know how to read it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a few bits like that crack me up. But I mean, it's got so much though. You know what I mean? There's enough sci-fi stuff in there if you're into your sci-fi. there's enough action if you're into your action, and there's enough. Well, there's actually not too much mythology in this compared to the show. They go a lot more deep into the backgrounds of like Egypt
in this,
and stuff like that.
He's just kind of, you get Ra's backstory where it's like, I was a boy and this thing took me, basically.
Yeah, but you don't really get like...
Yeah, he also looks like instead of looking like a Goa'uld, which is a horrible lizardy symbiote thing, he looks like an Asgard, which is a Roswell Grey.
Yeah, basically.
So like you get to see him and it's like, ooh. Because I remember that was the only bit of this film that used to scare me when I was a kid, when I was really deathly afraid of aliens. And that one bit where he's burning up and going, ew! The
James Brown screen.
Yeah, that's
James Brown's from I Feel Good.
Yeah,
but he does not. Ra does not feel good.
No. Well, his face.
I feel atomized.
Yeah, that was the only bit that used to scare me, was that whole, his story of being taken as a boy. And it was like, ugh. And there's a nice callback to that, actually, in the episode where Apophis is dying. And he's talking about him when they get to speak to the host.
Yeah.
And his story is almost exactly the same.
Pretty much, yeah.
Only he gets to, die in peace. And not get blown to smithereens.
No, he gets resurrected and then smashes into a planet at high speed.
I forgot that Sokar resurrects him.
No, away from SG-1.
Okay, because then I was going to say, then he goes and pilots...
No, away from SG-1.
Okay, I was veering into The Expanse. He's in that.
Yes, he is in that. Our Lord Apophis is in The Expanse on the Weeping Somnambulist.
Yes. All hail Apophis. And this all hail Ra. He hasn't got as many minions as I thought he would, but that the many minions thing is a later thing.
No, I can't. Well, it is.
He's a lot of children, not so many guards. He's light on the guards.
He doesn't have an army, but again, I think
he's in his mobile suppression palace.
Yes, for what he's trying to the point that Ra is trying to get across.
Yeah,
is more effective with his groups of disconcerting and scantily clad youths and his few oppressors, because he can oppress a whole planet with just a few oppressors in his mobile oppression palace.
Yes,
and then creep you out with all his scantily clad children. Because why do you have all the scantily clad children that are ready to jump in front of?
Yeah, then you find out why he has all the scantily clad children when they try and shoot him.
Yep, and all the kids run in front and protect their god.
Yeah, and you're like, oh god, no.
It's alright, they die at the end of the film too.
Yeah.
They also get atomized.
Everything gets atomized on that, because aren't they made out in Aquila? That's all gonna go boom. That should have taken a chunk out of the planet.
Well, no. No, you can't apply SG-1 logic to the film.
The Quadria!
No, you can't apply SG-1 logic to the film.
No.
It was hard to watch this and not apply SG-1 logic, but like
SG-1 canon.
Yeah, SG-1 canon, or just fill in some of the gaps in like the character or this or that. And just be like, it can be hard to separate it, but I do still love this film for what it is. It's not just the insane SG-1 love that we have.
No,
it's a fantastic movie.
James Spader plays a blinder in this, and he admitted he thought the script was garbage and he only did it for the paycheck.
Oh, I see. Now, IMDb had two rather contradictory quotes about that. They had one where he said he admitted that he did, like you said, he did the film for the money and he thought the film was awful, and that acting sometimes just has to be a job, basically. Yeah. And then there was another one where in a magazine interview he said he found the screenplay awful, but that it was so bad it actually intrigued him, and that he met with Roland Emmerich and was inspired by the director's passion for the project and decided to make the movie because he felt the energy and craziness of the project and its director. And I'm pretty sure that first quote was long after the film came out.
Oh, yeah.
And the second quote was probably a short while or around the time the film came
out. Probably around the resurgence of Stargate.
Yeah.
James Spader was like, oh, yeah, that film, yeah.
And similarly, Kurt Russell had no interest in being in it because he thought the script was garbage. And they just kept throwing more and more money at him until he accepted it. And apparently he was sent an early script, which Dean Devlin was like, yeah, the early scripts were garbage. But I'm glad they both accepted it. Particularly James Spader. Not that Kurt Russell is bad, but...
Kurt Russell's very, not one note, but he's a horribly... You find out his kid shot him, or his kid has shot himself. His kid's dead.
His kid shot himself with O'Neill's service weapon.
Yeah, and you find this out from the two chumps who have gone to get him.
Yeah, and tell him he's reactivated.
He's been reactivated, and
they rather unsubtly say as they're driving away, Jesus, that guy's a mess. What's wrong with him?
Oh, his kid shot himself with his handgun.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, damn, dude. Like, you get the whole thing anyway, because he's sitting on his kid's bed and he's kind of looking at the handgun. And then he tucks it under the pillow, and you're like, I wonder how the kid got access to that handgun that you're now leaving unsecured in a child's bedroom.
Under his pillow.
Not going to question your parenting choices, but like...
But I almost think it would have been better if... Because you just think he's contemplating suicide.
Yeah.
You would assume maybe dead child and he's contemplating suicide. If those two chuckle fucks said nothing in the car, and then much later on in the film, when
he's having
Daniel
the talk
finds
with
out,
Daniel,
when Daniel finds out there was a bomb and O'Neill is ready to stay behind and blow it up, he's like, "Why are you so ready to throw away your life?" And he's like, "I used to have a family," and then he says, "No one should have to outlive their kid."
Yeah.
There you could maybe find out how the
suddenly
kid
that
died,
whole other scene makes sense without those
without Chucklefuck A and Chucklefuck B
but
being,
they had to go in and do a lot of shit to make things clearer in this, because apparently test audiences are morons and got confused by a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's a couple of conversations that I would say you absolutely need to have subtitled, but that's mostly the one between Ra and Daniel.
Oh, with the, you came here to kill me or to destroy me.
Yeah, well, and also when he's like, "No, I'm going to make you kill the other companions that you came with, so that everybody on this planet knows who the one true Ra is."
Yeah.
You need that explained. But after they shoot up the village and you get Ciara coming back and finding everything shut up, asking what happened, and Kasuf says, "Son, we should never have helped the strangers," and Shau'ri wants to know where Daniel is. If that wasn't subtitled, you could probably figure out from context, because she says Daniel. So, yeah, she's looking for Daniel. And Kasuf looks very unhappy.
Kasuf's not been happy with them anyway from the get-go.
Well, no, he was, but...
He's a bit like, I don't really want to... It's like the whole hospitality thing of, I can't be rude because they might eat me.
Yeah, well, they do think that they've come from the gods, like. But after they shoot up the village, you could probably get it from context. But test audiences got very confused.
Yeah.
Though I'd imagine not as confused as audiences in Mexico, where the title of the film was The Gate of Time.
Oh, Jesus. So they thought they had just gone back in time.
Yeah, they thought they had gone back in time, and then...
No, that works. I can see that. Mm-hmm.
Very, very...
And then there was space.
Yeah, they were like, okay, cool. So they've gone back to ancient Egypt. Wait a second, there's a spaceship landing.
Aliens!
Wait, why is the alien talking about sending something back to Earth? Are they not on Earth?
Oh,
yeah, it got extra confusing for the poor Mexicans.
I forgot about that, yeah.
But silly things aside, like that not being Walter and the device tracking itself, what else do we love about the film?
The fact that they dressed up a Shire horse and that get up and then let him run around dragging a stuntman.
Clydesdale.
Yeah.
The big fuck off giant horses.
Yeah. The Budweiser horses. Everyone knows them, the Budweiser horses, and they were just like, here you go, put all that shit on, tie a stuntman to him, and off he went across that desert, that poor stuntman. Sometimes,
apparently, they use dogs. I'm guessing that was just a smaller...
They were for the far away shots.
Yeah.
These are small, these are far away.
This alien is small, this alien is far away.
Also, that whole bit at the end when all the villagers show up for their like big triumph and run down the sand dune, and they were all told to run in the direction of the cameras, but there was like 9 cameras, so they all scattered.
Yeah.
And poor Kasuf stood in the middle, like, what?
Yeah.
So they had to like gather them all back up and find a new sand dune that wasn't covered in footprints, and then go follow Kasuf.
Yeah, that wasn't the only time poor Eric Cavari was left in the middle of a crowd that scattered either.
Was that the stampede?
Yeah, he tells a story about filming one of the scenes where there's a ton of them, and he's giving some speech.
Like that market area. I think it's
when they
initially.
first meet them. Yeah, and he's talking to the alien visitors, and apparently they were filming it. And he's wearing his big headdress, and it's like 110 degrees in the desert.
Oh, and that thing is big too.
He can't hear shit. They called cut.
And he's got like big fuck off robes and everything.
They called cut and yelled run, but he heard neither. And all of a sudden, he was just acting, and then everybody around him just bolted in different directions. And he didn't know why until he turned around and saw a shitload of like wild horses fucking booting it across the desert towards him.
He's like, oh shit.
So I'd say the everybody running at random cameras was probably a bit more relaxed for him.
It just sounds like everything to do with the extras was just a fucking shit show.
Some of the extras weren't people. They were scarecrows. Or mannequins.
They literally had buckets for heads.
Yep. Just throw some rags over it. It's prison now.
No, it was like a stake with literally a cross stake with
with
a bucket
on the head,
and a robe.
Then they threw some rags and robes over them.
Yeah, because they just moved them around the place.
And if they were closer to the camera, I assume that was where they used the mannequins, and then extra close to the camera was where they used real people.
Yeah, those aren't even people; they're just dots.
But there's just so much to love about this movie. There really is. As I said earlier, the pacing is great, the mix of genre is great, the music's fantastic.
Daniel has a poor understanding of consent.
Yes, so as I mentioned when I introduced you, Shau'ri Shau'ri as she is in the film,
gets in the as is tradition,
gets married off to the important stranger.
Because our only worth is in producing offspring.
But yeah, so she comes in and like drops the robe, and he's like, "Oh no, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that." And I think he gets that she's offering.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh no," but I think he thinks it's more of a
just like a sexy gift.
Here's some general hospitality.
Yeah,
come, eat my food, sleep in my bed, fuck my wife.
Yeah, it's Freak Show from...
who's first for a reach around?
Yeah.
I heard every word you said.
Yes.
And then he's all like, no.
You don't have to do that. And he kind of like tries to usher her out, and then sees everybody outside the tent is like watching and looks like offended that they're not banging. So he's like, okay, let me maybe just go out back inside here for a minute, and they go off and do some intellectually stimulating stuff instead, which is probably just as good for Daniel.
Yeah, she's like, here, let me come and show you this place that I go and hide like we're not supposed to, because he keeps writing in the sand, and they're all like, no, because one of the first things you do is stop people learning how to read.
But then later on,
to oppress a society, so like they're like, here, we'll come and show you this. She's like, oh, you understand this, let me show you this place that has lots of it, and it's like forbidden to go to.
Oh, we don't have to go into all that.
No, but that's also the first occasion where he runs off without telling anybody what he's doing.
Yes. But then later on, Daniel is washing a dish, and all the kids are laughing at him because he's doing husband's work, and he understands the language now. So he's doing
wife's work.
That's not the husband's work. Sorry, is what they say.
Don't do that. He's like cleaning.
And he's like, husband, hang on a second, and goes off and has a chat with Shau'ri, and he's like, are we married now? Like, is that what that was? And she goes, yeah, we are, but I didn't tell them that you didn't want me. And instead of going, oh, is that what that was? Oh no, I actually do. I do want you. Do you want me? He just goes straight in for the kiss.
Yeah, he just face grabs her. What if that doesn't exist in her culture? It's not,
Well.
Like, that's a dangerous thing to do to somebody from a different culture that you don't know. It's like, I'm just going to grab your face and lean in.
Yeah,
bitch,
true.
You're going to get bit.
True, he's not 100% sure that's how they show affection, but...
No, but at the very least, you grab my face, I'm going to hit you.
But yeah, no, it's...
And it's a bit of like around the jaw, kind of like, huh?
Yeah. It's like, oh, hang on, you were forced into a marriage with me, and
you're
worried because society will be not happy if I don't accept you. Not you're worried because I rejected you.
Yeah, like you don't know who I am. I'm a weird guy who's sent from the gods.
Yeah, she's worried
because... How's that been working out for you so far?
Yeah, she's worried because it would be shameful if the village finds out that the messenger of the gods has rejected her. Not because she wants to bang you, dude.
Yeah, but the messenger for the gods is there on other shit.
But is there anything that we don't like? Apart from Daniel's consent issues. Some people think the plot is ridiculous. And it kind of is.
The plot is ridiculous. But
that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
I think if you don't have it explained... Like, I went into it blind when I watched it as a kid.
Yeah, I was just like, what's this?
If you explain it... My summary wasn't even that great. If you explained it as it is, people might be like, wait, what now?
Yeah.
But if you just sit down and watch it, it's a hell of a ride.
No, there's very little about it I dislike. One or two things just haven't aged very well, but again, that's...
the visuals.
More of the content of it. Some of it's a bit, ooh, no.
Like what we just discussed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that. And I suppose there is a little bit of the white saviour aspect to it as well.
Yeah.
The white saviour trope, like.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's kind of balanced out because they do actually give Shau'ri some agency then, because she's the one who kind of incites the rebellion.
Yeah, no, within their own dynamic, Shau'ri and Kazoof, like, he is her father, but he does listen to her. And
but she's the one who then gets
Ciara
and
everybody all
Naba
up
and the lads, and she shows them what.
Yeah, she's like, Daniel's been telling me all of this stuff.
Yeah, he explained all this stuff. we need to go and fight for our freedom. Like.
Yeah.
So it's nice that she does get some agency after being sold into marriage.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think there's always going to be some things in 90s films that don't hold up from that kind of point of view.
Yeah, it's not the worst. There's a few things I'm watching old episodes of Futurama and being like, ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, and Futurama started 6 years after this,
Yeah.
like, you know, and even some of the episodes from like 2013 of Futurama were a bit like, well, that's not a very good gag. That's just a bit...
Yeah,
like, were we still saying and doing that in 2013?
The one thing I do very much appreciate about this is it doesn't go for the whole, like, America, fuck you, that does tend to creep in the series. This doesn't have the overwhelming bang of patriotism.
Yeah, they're not.
Mind
quite
you, they're
as
not.
gung-ho.
They're not like.
But then their plan is to go to an alien planet and blow the fuck out of some brown people. So that's par for the course for the American military.
Yeah.
Like. So yeah, different planet, same MO.
Yeah, it's like, get there, see what's going on, blow the shit out of it.
Yeah. Can we destabilise the government? Nope, blow it up.
Well, they do destabilise the government.
Yeah.
By blowing it
By
up.
blowing it up, yeah. But, yeah,
and then what happens a year later? Another god shows up.
Yeah, but it does set the formula for the show. Even just in the way the film kind of sets itself up. It's set up, go to a planet, find/create a problem / have a problem with getting home, fix all those problems, and get
99
home. If you free a population on the way, more's the better.
99 times the problem is them just being there.
A lot of the time, yeah. As is the case here.
Them being there is the problem.
Well, I mean, them being there is the problem here because that's why Ra gets pissy.
Yeah,
now,
well,
if they weren't there,
also if they didn't blow up Ra, he was like, his next stop. He was like, we're out of here, come on, we're going to just go and blow up Earth.
Yeah, we'll just go there by ship.
Because they've opened up the gate.
But
it'd be so funny if you dialed into the Antarctica gate and just got frozen. Because it has the DHD, so it would supersede the Cheyenne Mountain Gate.
No. No. We're not getting into it.
No, I just did a Ra popsicle. But in that amazing big disc headdress. Oh my god, that headdress is so beautiful with the braids on his head. Oh.
The costuming is fantastic as well in this. I mean, we talked a little bit about Ra's, but even the other gods as they were, Anubis and stuff, their costuming's great.
And it all being those kind of like green pastels and pinks, they're very muted tones, even though they're colourful, they're still muted.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to be as shiny as he is.
Yes. Nobody can be as magnificent as Ra.
Oh my god, and he is magnificent.
Oh, he is, yeah.
That disc head piece thing that makes him look like, you know, when you see depictions of pharaohs on walls and they always have
that, yeah.
The sun disc, and there's a couple of moments and shots where he's walking past because they don't have windows, the whole sides of the pyramid open out. And the sun's coming through it from the back, and it is that red. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Well, actually, a lot of the science mumbo jumbo is very much mumbo-y jumbo-y.
Yeah.
Whoever wrote this, whoever contributed to the Egyptology side of things, knew their shit.
Yeah.
Because that line about the Budge translations, as you pointed out, is kind of spot on.
Budge, he's stole a lot of shit.
The person he calls out at the start in the lecture when everybody's laughing at him, and he says that person's translations were wrong or their research was wrong.
Yeah.
Turns out their research was actually wrong, if I recall. And then there's that line about how it's easy to understand the language once you know the vowels, because
there's no vowels in
hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so hard to speak ancient Egyptian.
And it's all context based, much like Old Irish very much is context based, so you need the full sentence because words have multiple meanings depending on where they are in it. Again, dead language, we've lost the pronunciation.
So,
but fragmentary translation is notorious.
Yeah, whoever did the Egyptian side of stuff for the film knew their stuff when it came to Egypt and linguistics, because even then when Daniel learns to speak the language, when he sees stuff written on the wall, he can be like, I know in our ancient Egyptian on Earth, that hieroglyph is this word. And he says something like Nejeb, and she says, no, Nede.
Yeah.
And then from there, he can figure out, well, and he gets the whole language that way. Pretty quickly. But it's how you would. You know what I mean? He Rosetta Stones it.
Yeah, he basically does.
Sorry, that was just a thing that you...
Yeah, no, it is. I always enjoy that as well. Anybody mocking Budge is always fun. Now, I have a whole load of his translations upstairs anyway. But it was the kind of thing where because it was done and everybody kind of went, oh, that was the definitive of it.
Yeah.
You get it in a lot of Celtic translation work. It was done by Germans. For some reason, don't ask me why. 1900s, Celtic revival. Germans Germany got involved.
An awful lot of history and archaeology that
was
produced at that kind of turn of the century, late 1800s, early 1900s.
Yeah,
had that
the golden age of that kind of. I'm off exploring. I'm off on an expedition.
But they had that view about it of I have discovered this and I have translated it and it is done now.
Yeah,
and
everybody else refer to it. That's it.
Yeah, we're a lot better at peer reviewing now, I suppose. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So yeah, when people went back in and looked at stuff, they were like, actually no, if you look at it in the context, it's this way around or that way around. Hell, even my study Bible has multiple translations in it because of context-based language.
Oh, you mean that there's not just one direct translation of the Bible and not just one meaning? No, the context is important.
Do you want me to hit you with the stack of books I have upstairs?
No, I don't want you to go anywhere near that stack of books. When you take those out, you fucking have them out for hours.
They're interesting. They're so
I
interesting.
asked one innocuous question and you're like, hang on, let me go and get my fucking library. Tell you about catechisms and fucking such shit. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anything else about Stargate?
I really am Daniel Jackson, haven't I?
You're my own little Daniel Jackson.
With, minimal dying.
I just hope so.
Yeah.
Or if you're going to die, do your best to come back to life. Like he
Can
was.
I ascend a little bit?
You can ascend a little bit.
Just a little bit.
And then show up while you're ascended and be all fucking vague and annoying.
Yeah. Because I'm not anyway.
That's it. You said it. You said it.
But
yeah, so before we wrap up, because maybe we could just keep going. We could go back to the start honestly, and do this whole podcast over again and say entirely different but similar things.
But pretty sure every tangent that we have gone on has been because I know I saw this movie when I was about 8 or 9.
You were 8 when it came out.
Yeah, I think I got it on DVD, or not on DVD, fucking VHS, on VHS from like Extravision.
My dad got it on VHS and showed it. He saw it in the cinema.
Yeah.
And got it as soon as it came out on VHS. And when we went over to see him the next summer, so it probably would have been summer of 95, he would have had it on VHS, maybe summer of 96. Yeah. And he was like, you all need to watch, because me and Eve were kind of interested in ancient Egypt. Yeah. So he was like, you all need to watch this. You'll love it. And we fucking did. Yeah. And have ever since.
But that's it. A lot of this sparked interest in ancient Egypt, mythology, that whole side of things for me.
Science.
But that whole, like, seeing it come to life and the grandeur and experiencing it and him being like, oh my God, this is what this was and yada yada. I was like, ooh.
Living history.
Interesting. Let me see. Nom nom nom. Food for my brain. And it spiraled ever since.
Yeah, this show is the movie is responsible for a lot of things, for a lot of people, I think.
Yeah, and they even then with the series where they moved into, because this was like the show has always kind of mainly been Egyptology based because that was the nature of the enemy of the show. Yeah, and then they start to move out into some of the other ones,
Greek and Asian mythology and stuff as well.
Yeah, but I think for the grandeur and this whole total domination ideology. Yeah, well, ancient Egypt is it. Like when you think about the Pharaoh he is everything. He is the personification of the deities on earth. He's the, they literally were calling themselves the son of Ra.
But there's always been that, how were the pyramids built?
By paid workers.
No, but but you know what I mean? There's always been this fascination. Even now, when we know exactly how the pyramids were built and by whom, there's still idiots going, aliens did it. No, aliens didn't fucking do it. But that is another reason why using Egypt and Egyptian myth works so well, because there's already that alien connection there in people's minds.
And that whole Moses fleeing, oppressive Pharaoh, who, if you've seen Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, is Elvis. Ramses II is Elvis and Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
I know. What the fuck does that have to do with Stargate?
But like he's like, even in that, which is a kid's thing, he is the oppressive Pharaoh everybody's like, the kids fucking cry when he comes on stage.
No, the oppressive Pharaoh is a well-known trope.
Yeah. Remember me.
And unfairly so, I think.
Nah, they were still fairly, not oppressive, but, spoilt.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Ra in this very much has the spoilt, I just float about in my castle.
I don't know if spoiled is the word I'd use, as opposed to overindulgent, kind of. It's like, not that he's spoiled. Spoiled kind of implies that somebody else does it to him. He can he can indulge every whim he wants. He's hedonism bot. Like...
Yeah, but he's almost hedonism bot when he doesn't... Like, but he's bored of it all.
Yeah, because he's thousands and thousands of years old. And he's above it all.
He's just...
But... but you get all... the fact that you get all that in just like 15 minutes of screen time as well.
Yeah, it's just the way... Like, he could not give a shit. There's a brilliant moment where there's like death gliders flying past outside and there's explosions and there's gunfire. And like all the kids are getting a bit like sketchy looking because they're like, what the fuck is going on? And the guards are getting a little bit nervous looking. And I was saying, like, it's like that Monty Python sketch with the Zulus where they're having dinner and the chandelier falls and they're all ignoring it. And there's one person who's like, what the fuck is wrong with all of you? And that's it. Raz just sitting there like, what's going on? What? Who?
Yeah, he's just like so above it all.
Yeah,
like
he really just could not be
so sure in his ability and his superiority over them.
He's reigned for thousands of years. How dare these little mortals whose civilization I created?
Yeah. Oh, you think you're great just because you split the atom? Yeah. Oh, well done.
You're an ant under my magnifying glass. Only this time they, had a big boom.
Well, yeah, it would be like an ant waving a tiny little ant sword at us, and then us being like, stupid ant, and trying to kill it, and then the ant actually like blowing us up with the sword. Yeah. Climbing in our butthole and exploding us.
Yes, because that is in my head. That is how Thanos dies.
They should.
It's the ending we all wanted.
Yes, it was. But anything else before we wrap up on Stargate? Because we're gonna have to.
I know.
Oh, do you know they wanted Rick Moranis as Daniel Jackson?
I love me some Rick Moranis. I don't see Rick Moranis for that.
No.
Not in the slightest.
No, you can't see.
Is this because of Spaceballs or was Spaceballs around the same time? No,
Spaceballs would have been a couple of years before.
Earlier, yeah. Hadn't he retired from Hollywood at that point anyway?
No, he couldn't do it because...
He'd have made a good Walter.
How dare you?
I know, I love Walter. Walter and his battle cardigan.
There was only one Gary Jones.
And
there was
he
only
is
one
the
Walter.
Man.
No, Rick Moranis, I think it was for fucking Honey, I Blew Up the Kids or Shrunk the Kids or
whichever one of them it was
out at the time. Oh no, sorry, it was neither of them. It was Little Giants and the Flintstones. That's what he was doing.
Is he in the Flintstones?
He's Barney Rubble.
Oh, he is. Jesus, I haven't watched the Flintstones in a very, very long time.
Neither have I. My last memory of the Flintstones film is getting into a taxi. It's only tangentially related. Is getting into a taxi just as some mushrooms were starting to take effect, and the taxi driver putting on the B-52's version of Meet the Flintstones. No, Meet the Flintstones. Just as I was starting to trip, and I was like, well, this will be an interesting taxi ride. And fuck it was. Why do I admit these things on the podcast?
I don't know, but you can edit them out.
I could. But I won't. But yeah, no, that's Stargate, folks. That was our 50th episode.
Yeah.
And we will not stop talking about Stargate in future. Like, ever.
No, I could literally talk about the show, the whole universe. Because, like, this is the reason we have that universe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I think that I love this film for two separate, distinct reasons. And one of them is SG-1 and everything that followed on.
Yeah.
But also just the film itself is so class. And I love that I can separate those two aspects of it.
I love the premise. Just the premise, for me, is everything.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like near instantaneous travel. Excellent. Gimme.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean...
And we get two forms.
Yeah, I don't have to...
Interplanetary and then from here to there with the ring transporters.
Yeah, but I don't have to fuck around with, like, hyperspace or, like, any sort of...
Although I think lifts have a better safety record than ring transporters.
Lifts?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, one guy gets beheaded in this with a ring transporter.
Mm.
But then, lifts kill people sometimes too.
Yeah. Still safer than the fucking Ark. No, Doom.
Oh, in Doom. Oh, absolutely safer than the Ark in Doom. No fucking safety protocols. Although, speaking of no safety protocols, they send them out through and go, well, the air's breathable. On yous go, lads.
Yeah.
That's all we need to know about the alien planet. Nothing else. Away yous go. But, yeah, no, I do. I love this film. And I will always love this film. And if you're listening and haven't seen this film, we've probably ruined it for you.
No, we haven't.
But
Jad Davison's performance alone is worth watching this. It is so good.
I kind of pick an aspect and it's worth watching it for.
Yeah. No,
you know
just
I mean?
him...
Okay, maybe the action's not spectacular.
The action's not
But it's
great,
serviceable.
but yeah, who
It's
cares?
fine. That's not why we watch this film. Anyway.
No, I watched this film to watch those Jaffa get their fucking asses beaten
Well,
by
they're
the
not-
Horde.
they're
I
not
know they're
Jaffa.
not Jaffa, but
No, there were many, many reasons to watch this film, and hopefully we listed a few adequate ones, or enough to make people go, yeah, you know what? Let's go rewatch Stargate. And you know what we should do?
go rewatch Stargate.
Go rewatch Stargate, and then rewatch the show.
That's like a full year
Yeah.
if you include Atlantis and SGU,
Yeah, it takes a while.
and then the other two movies.
Yes. But thanks for joining us, folks. We will be back to our normal weekly schedule and our normal having no idea what we're doing next week.
Whatever I can find or obsess over or just bully you into watching.
Yes. Well, no, because you already bullied me into a month of animated films.
And you sort of enjoyed it.
No, I did enjoy it, but I don't think I'm going to let you bully me into anything else for a while.
Okay.
But yes, folks, we will be back next week as usual with our undecided film. Thanks for coming back and joining us again. And if you want, you can head back and check out our previous episodes or our other podcast, Mono Rants the Boys. Or you can come and find us on the kind of functioning Twitter.
Sort of functioning Twitter.
The sort of functioning Twitter at Rants Mono. The never used Instagram at monorants_the_boys.
Which might be taking over from the non-functioning Twitter.
Yeah, depending on how non-functioning Twitter gets. And the never used email of, well, I mean, I use it, but nobody else bothers using it,
No.
of monorantspodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll be back next week. Bye-bye.
We are Science Fiction Remnant.
This is the Funny Science Fiction Podcast.
We are the Caribbean Science Fiction Network.
We are Monorants.
We are One Accord Level 2 Podcast.
This is Jesse from Sudden But Inevitable and Open Pike Night.
This is sci-fi.